That's what we said in this contest. The Climax. So they made the right. And such an effective player for my was man of the match. And then it's kind of right. And if I get that touch, it'll work for me. So we're going just to set up those with a little bit of confidence early.
Yeah, that's what you want to do in such a game. You know, there's much you would think of those nerves and butterflies. You want to get a few contacts on the ball, keep it nice and simple, and work your way into the game.
Here's Rami. So we set it forward. Everybody's trying to see it. Push. And after this, recently was played only got 7 minutes of World Cup football and 2026 is up to Beautiful injuries in 2019. So a 6-year absence, 7-year in fact absence from international football. It's a big occasion for him.
So that will really isn't being on the ball stage is nothing better for a player.
Here's once more. He's feeling away. And the back against that big rim. Number 5 changes. Fati, who he plays a centre-back, just drop in. He's a wholly midfielder for today, so they've just got that defensive steal in the middle of the park. And we see the full-back shot of the run, and very close to there. Fourth consecutive time in the fifth World Cup match for Australia.
There was a heading ball behind it, one hand and see a short just drifting out to the right side, a little bit more central.
Others. Here's Atia. Fati. Maybe he's the right back. And then the strengthened position of Harry suits up perfect in that exchange. And here's the last position for Nestory. Australians in the United States have made the trip to Dallas to recover the airport on both the east and west coast of America. We're at the sea.
They're trying to double over the shore and Hayden pushing forward there on that right side. Causing a point for H, she's taking final.
Chicago, Harrington, consecutive starts for Lucas Harrington. 13 years of age, Australia's youngest ever starter for the Socceroos at a FIFA World Cup.
Time again, usually what's the space, no word is a threat. And this is
which is distribution throughout the World Cup. A number of his essays about opening match against Turkey, solid performance against Paraguay. He was under most strict against the United States. That's for sure. In Seattle, it was a hectic first half for him.
Yeah, the Popovic just come in. They didn't take it out. He was busy that night and really kept us in the game. But you know, to think so early in his international career to be on such a stage, he's so himself in a fantastic manner.
This and players I've seen in Europe, there's Rams in France and Africa and Belgium. You can see Haney was stretching the pitch early on, the flick on from Haney.
There's that right side again. Haney going high, trying to double up on his page. Harrington needs to slide across. Then he getting a short there, looking to make one side run. So it's important. The back five slide.
Mamush finds his way to a shoe. You can see he's rotating with the Marcelo in that space. Haney through that delivery across. Solo on the ball. He's been a little bit conspicuous by his absence early on, but he's that type of player that can produce a moment of absolute genius. And we see the club all country. An amazing record of collegiate redline. The impact he's had on Liverpool.
As well, where Salah straight again, the Socceroos defensively, as we've seen in the previous 3 games, connected, closing space essentially.
Fati opens up the pitch once more for Haney. Sure, that's a clever ball. Jackson on Williams, 86th tonight. Control with the big ball pressure there from Roy Boss. Chicani. You can see Lucas Hill is the one dropping. Chicani pushing up. Roy Boss a little too far.
Actually, we were there on that pitch earlier, and it is nice and quick. There's water on it. You saw it there on his first touch. Just skip across, skip away from him. That's nice and quick.
The ball's going to have to adjust to that. Paso. And you know he's scoring skills. Going to have a player of his technical prowess in the Australian lineup for this World Cup. Good work by Tony Popovic. He's shown a couple of nervous moments in this stage for the first time.
Well, that's twice now with his feet there, and just spoke about that pitch being nice and quick. I dare say that the Socceroos will pick on that, and anything now going back to him, we look to keep applying that pressure. He looks a bit nervy.
It really does control the tempo in midfield. The breaks here for Hafez. And that space to explore the follow-on push. We know how the numbers here with Manchester City, their injury break season though. And that slows up, just trying to get bodies behind the ball and they retain their shape. And now, this is
See there, keep the distance aside, but Jackson Miller just a little bit like we have what he's here, just a little bit like didn't see anything, looking for the line, he's dribble foul in the dangerous area.
ZO1V is international debut in March or May, in fact. So, of course, against New Zealand, and this is a dangerous situation here. Marcelo has got so many variations in this type of moment. Will be the left foot side or right, but I'm sure you think I know which way I'll go. Going to be a high advantage. It will be a short and a right. I'm not sure about the shot. Australia at this World Cup, they've been very tight with dropping out for one moment against the players of this quality.
That's the level is we're in the World Cup. We're at the 32. It takes one moment and we'll be pushed.
I think the World Cup for that man. Really don't let that moment show. Time for Australia to respond. Long throw from Chicago. Built on by
it's just falling out, only on his left foot. Right decision to take on early. You see here, Metcalf with the other shot. Drops over on his left foot, he just snatches at it, it goes wide. I'd like to see that sort of Popovic or Tony Popovic left foot.
His eyes must have lit up there as he underscored his 35 internationals, including today for Australia. And you know how effective he is being in the Liverpool park with defensive efforts and pressure on the ball. He's been Australia's leader in that respect. But now we'll find out a little bit about what this class of 2026 is made of. Played early in the direction of Pato. Harrington. O'Neill. 2-1. It's a clever ball over one. He sits for Pato's face. Mr. Pato. The shot. Had a little bit too much of it. And O'Neill takes over. Metcalf in the tight area. That's there for Zico. And now, and
then Nestory. Marsh drifted wide into space. Coming in on his right foot. Harris up. The brick wall at the back, even cover. And a fantastic block with it. Look, we're always to be settling into the back post.
And that's exactly why we need to protect possession a lot better. In the middle of the park, centrally in the direction of Irankunda. It was most effective in the first match against Turkey. There's Irankunda as a right left attacking player.
Against Paraguay, putting a great shape, but he's definitely not a natural mind. One's a little bit tougher. He's had to go. And Nestory likes to be able to move into space.
with the exception of this man who's shown a couple of signs of fatigue, and also for Jabir. They have switched their second defensive partnerships. And Fatua is injured, which means up there's to start left back. He's pretty good early.
Yeah, these early signs in Singapore areas where they're trying to, like I say, overload those wide areas and exploit it.
And there's a little luxury shout from Harry Suter, composed from Harrington. Let's go from Australia. And the centre back three will be a real feature of this World Cup. Keep the fight, I'm sure that's the message. Getting to the players.
There's plenty of time. This is a good spell to get on the ball. It's been a decent action for the Socceroos. Like I said, it's a little bit more aggressive actual press.
You can see hands up from Lewis Harrington. Not too many passing options there now. Next we got a pocket space. Here's Nick trying to dribble his way out of trouble. Gigatti. Tight space is put over the top by Irvine. Ross. And looks off for a rugby, I think, for Irankunda. And this is exactly where they are tending to be. Immediately there's no holding play. Let's see the rebound.
Shape of rugby and then back onto the road before we go out.
Maybe it was Bishop thinking on right bar. Fancy. Haney. The Shield's been really good in the way he rotates with Mohammed Salah. In fact, he's been more prominent than Salah. He's been quiet. And we know he's probably protecting a hamstring. There is a problem, but not enough to warrant a penal bench today.
We're seeing here again now, opening up to the opposite side, and Shaw's the one who drifts out into that wide area. Salah a little bit more central for Egypt. But he's been quiet so far, Salah. This is where you just like to see, you know, when we're going to really be a little bit more aggressive on the press. Egypt being able to just slowly move the ball, control the tempo of the game. You see here, I think it was a good call, it's just straight in between Harry and Harrington there. Harry sort of lost him, but the timing is wrong. Thankfully for the Socceroos, offside. But there was a lot of space left there, in behind. Back three.
Through the middle, and that's really effective. Bombardo's went back with a fair challenge, and that was sharp work by President Bombardo. Page allowed to strike forward. I think he's going to be doing a lot more work in his own half than the attacking third in this match. Suter. Bombardo, effective first touch, and then the last touch. There's the base, needs to look to the ring. And there's a sea of red there.
Nestory alone in the box. And we couldn't get that final ball, but again now we've spoken about the height. We have the height of this Egyptian side, but we need the delivery.
He will kiss the ball from President Bombardo. He wants the picture of delivery. This is got the ball, of course, with Socceroos. And this is giving clean hands to the back post. Harrison doesn't control the header, and not the difficulty outcome.
Yeah, it is. That's another disappointing outcome. And I was talking about it with Chicago, Super and Irankunda.
And there's the swing of the goal to nil as we go to the Makers.
This is long and it's dangerous.
What goodness this must be serious.
I'm bringing together men in particular, however.
I understand you gentlemen are very good at killing people.
We have a license to their value.
And the games begin.
Real intensity with the delivery from both and Tony Popovic at the hydration break. We know how effective the breaks will be for Australia. We'll see the intensity drops will be a few tweaks. Hassan will be very pleased with what's transpired. 5 changes, he's rotated his lineup. He's had some injury concerns. No under Fatua Machine is suspended for this match. Halloween as well. And that man, not sure. 32 international matches, 2 goals, both in World Cup play. That is quite some record.
Well, he's been a difference so far. He's been a threat, drifting out to that right side. With Haney creating an overload on Page. And he's the man to pop up at the back post. You need to believe.
Fans, young and old, there's been some empathy of sport under the roof. It's very hot in Texas this time of the year. In the city of Arlington, in Dallas. It's all air conditioned and very comfortable. The comfort level's not reciprocated by Australia. It was like being under pressure from the opening whistle. Let's see how they respond after this break.
Yeah, but just there we saw, I spoke about it before the hydration break. Can we get that press a little bit more aggressive? And we saw that there from Nestory. Socceroos pressing high, winning the ball back earlier.
There's all smiles at his first press conference. Hassan mentioned he repeatedly how he felt something was not quite right, and he was getting on the bench. And I looked at you at the time, Luke, and I thought, wow, I reckon there might be a little bit of a double meaning in this.
He's not the first man ever at this level to be throwing curveballs, especially here in the US. So a little curveball today, I think, but you know, you get that at this level.
And just the presence of him starting over was something else. Who scored against it here, runs out of room. He was Australia's 11th individual scorer in World Cup football. And to Nestory Irankunda, and what was a marvellous night in Vancouver, They've not scored since though. They need to require to get back into a match against Egypt. They've met 3 times if you include the Olympic Games of 2020, the first in 87, the President's Cup. Australia won 4-3 on penalties after a scoreless draw. Some great Socceroos of the year involved, Evolver, Charlie Yankos, Graham Jennings, Peter Rostopoulos, Harry McDowell, Alan Hunter, Frank Faria, Paul Wade, Graham Arnold, Oscar Crino and Andrew Z. Frank Arrow was the coach on that occasion.
Just a fantastic switch there from Haiti to Hades. Socceroos trying to close him in on the right side. And a superb ball from Haiti to Hades to open the pitch up.
That's it. Great combination. No Solar involved in that rotating superbly. So it's the early computer is working pretty well in this match. Using it the volume of possession he probably normally enjoys. Looks a little bit like Lionel Messi just walking through a match at the moment. And we know when you look at Lionel Messi and what this stadium has produced, he scored 3 of his 6 goals in this World Cup at this stadium, including breaking Miroslav Klose's record of most World Cups goals scored.
He's the Messi for Egypt, isn't he? And you know at any time, although he's been quiet thus far, at any moment, he can spring to life and change the game.
O'Neill, Page up the line. Irankunda on that smooth ball on his face and just a poor touch. And I saw Samuel Jackson on the pitch before the match. There's Isaac Anthony.
There's Isaac and Isaac is there in attendance. Obviously, support the Socceroos.
Behind. We'll run out of room there. Isaac in the stadium. Chamber of Football Australia. See the second goal of this FIFA World Cup. In fact, there is a great man, very casual on the pitch before the match. I thought we were asking for a selfie at one stage, Luke.
I went down there and I did notice him. I don't get starstruck too often, but I have to say I'm a huge fan. Nestory to get across the front. They all come from the press. They do a sloppy pass by each on the front foot. And Nestory with his pace and power to get to near in front. He's all the foul in the head of his area, but he's going to get across the post. Trying to get it up there.
Big clubbers in the round after that. Coming together.
I'm not too sure if that's an injury or he's just trying to avoid a yellow card that could potentially be coming his way. They didn't look away enough for me. Yeah.
An absolute kick at right fullback for Egypt who will start the back there from Mohamed Salah. He's looking at his knee, but the connection was a little bit lower down on the leg.
Well, the a numeric advantage to the Socceroos.
And stay up for at least 60 seconds until the next stopping play, so it does give you a number for the second to win. And that's exactly what the players are trying to stay on their feet. Still be used to the water. Referee Socceroos reduced here. Irankunda swings it left for a win. And the kick's here third. Something out. And that's a good one. Richards on the ground.
Just showed a little pain there. And the Jackson got so out the fan of those boxes. If we can get the right delivery, save on second balls.
Keep on working, keeping the defensive shape and then looking for opportunities on the right. We're seeing how dangerous Mr. Irankunda is when he's still in that pocket of space. Here's the release. There's his page. There's back to Irankunda. They reset through Sutar. Chikati. Move on lots of early. Probably wants to go further afield like that. Egypt screen the pitch early on, really asking a lot of Australia. Now they go through the middle. O'Neill, Page. Taking a look through the swing. Page takes on Haney. And then goes back post and will stay in for Julian Moss. Probably Australia's best chance against Paraguay. And an outstanding natural drop of shoulder for Pato. Comes the playing boss. Zero tells him all over.
Let's go for the other side a little bit more aggressive and stuff about you know what wants the ball direction right now. Can we move the ball higher? Can we move the ball a little bit quicker? Running on that every page. Can we get numbers in the box again here? Long throw. Can we use our height?
Can we use the high advantage for these type of situations? Long throw. 0-0 Harry Sutar. Held down by Harrington. And the anchor.
Just load it up, but again, the threat that we have when those balls are going in the box is clear to see.
He was stopped by the side of Martinez. Another Martinez stopped Australia's progression late on with Cameron Cole having had a chance against Eddie Martinez, but it didn't work out. For the Socceroos, they pushed Argentina all the way, as did your class of 2016 to Italy in June in Kazakhstan. And that's history. Australia in the present. There's signs that they're getting into this match now.
Yeah, well, that's what we'd like to see again, right? Every chance you get through this, you get Argentina in the next round. Obviously, they've got to face Cape Verde today. But what an opportunity that'll be again. From Nestory behind, you see they're very, very heavy. This has been the same on set pieces. That's something. If on half time, Popovic and the coaches start to say, hey, be clever when you're around the box when they're like that, because there's been a lot going on.
For sure. Irvine trying to close it down. And I'm not sure with the outside of the foot. For Pato.
That's a good feeling we've seen. He's got good tiny feet, and you just feel the other Socceroos just starting on top of the Egyptians, and a little bit nervous for the Egyptians.
short. Irvine into the channel. Delhato. Trying to cross on the spin. And this one is a corner straight.
Again, who was it now? Popovic and Jordy Boss leading up. Last hit tackle, but again, another set piece from the other side, so we'll see the swing from Popovic.
Swinging for the Irankunda is going here. We've got chance the outcome. This is for Ponto. Deep. They want that second ball. They're not going to get it. Chicane feeling wide. Scoring back is his page. Good defensive awareness.
Tell you what, again, you see him very handsy. We saw very sort of just there, he went down in the box, playing to be dragged down. How many times we've seen it this World Cup? Penalties given for that.
There's been a bit of controversy with the VAR in the last few days.
Like I said, if I'm Tony Popovic, I'll be asking the question of the fourth official to keep an eye on that for the players to be clever about that.
He goes direct. Too direct with the asking too much. There's his page who's momentarily switched fronts with Jordy Boss. Keep an eye on that, Luke.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if that was a deliberate action or just as it comes from the set piece.
See that high press from Irankunda.
This has been the outlet for the Egyptians.
And he went down with that knock and received attention off the pitch. He's back on as we get towards half time. I'm not sure on the 13th minute. This goal separates these two sides in this round of 32. Egypt searching for their first knockout win of the World Cup. In the same category as Australia. In fact, America came out with their first World Cup win in the group stage against New Zealand. That's it. Nestory wants Nestory Irankunda back from the free kick. This summer, with square, Artia. This time, well weighted. And strong work on Tony Popovic. And back on the right. And really, that person and get to that work on control.
Yeah, look, again, the set piece, short, trying to be clever Egypt. But that time we were well aware of the plays at the back post, defending the box well. We touch on that getting that set piece again, you know, we touch on this as an experience Egyptian side. That was the experience for sure. To milk a free kick, to play act a little bit sometimes, you know, and you know, we talk about the youthfulness of this Socceroos side as well, that maybe can be a little bit clever at times.
We feel the same, Luke, you share my view. There's been a little bit of disparity between, referees letting play go and being open in that respect, and ones that just pick up those type of fouls.
Yeah, definitely, and like I say, referee's never an easy job, but you hope that they can be consistent is the key.
Get forward in the half of Nestory Irankunda, he runs out of room and we're coming forward. Looks like there's absolutely nothing in that. send you up the hair, say, currently please, or you'll have to be removed from the pitch. Here's Jim Hardy. 51% possession for Egypt, but 41 for Australia. 9 in dispute. Australia with 5 attempts on goal to 3. 3 corners. So we had that set piece threat. Just being able to profit from it. You see the match momentum. Very much early on, it was in Egypt's favour, but Australia had pockets of opportunity in this first half.
Yeah, there's times that we have managed to open them up. It's a little better when we are a little bit more aggressive. We get sitting in our shape and then wait for that moment, pick our moments to press, and when we do, press high, press aggressive, and we have to turn the ball over.
It's amazing to see myself in about second or third gear at the moment physically. It's certainly not 100% capacity, that's for sure. Still playing his part. Hutty. Turns over, Irvine.
Definitely call him there. He did take a ball and all, as they say.
And you see that previous exchange when it was this way, came onto the ball, there's just a lack of pace and explosion there from
see here, aggressive, the ball, and then, oh, it's very nice. Down the inside of the leg, you feel that one, but they know he's up. And this one.
5 minutes of additional time, of course, 3 from the hydration break. I was just going to make that point about Nestory not being able to close down as his age. So that explosiveness is not there. Doesn't mean he won't be effective in certain scenarios, though.
We definitely haven't seen the best of him yet.
Right, still from the short. Opens up. Affairs. Here's Omar Bush. Returns the favour. Trying to get bodies behind the ball. Now, being the reset, direct. And the vicious header. There was plenty of defensive cover and very good work there by Lewis Hampton.
Yeah, it was, but most of that's his intelligence, the timing of the run, it's off the shoulder, right sooner. Irankunda did enough. Yeah, he's still trying to find his range. He's made a fantastic running line, got in behind the Egyptians. Quickly to recover, close the space with Nestory. He's coming in on his left foot and just couldn't get his foot around it.
He knows it's going to be. Something like that, he's saying that's exactly what he's going to do. Come inside. They're going to have it of course. Looks like they've brought that for the Socceroos. Boss. For Hunter. Most lucky for Australia. Irankunda strives ahead of midfield. O'Neill takes it in the stride. The box nice to get. Window of opportunity. Chants thinks about delivery to the back post. A little thing on there from Ashur. Next for Page. Ball in the pass.
He's being dragged down by Harris. Nestory unfortunate not to get a bit more on the header. But I'd love to see a replay because Rapado looks like he was running tackle into the back post.
There's work between defenders. It's just sitting. He's come off the body onto the arm of Robbie. That was my reading on that replay. As a saved him from review.
That's some good signs for the Socceroos at the back end of this half. Balls and problems for the Egyptians, getting on one, getting balls and bodies in the box.
O'Neill tries to loop the ball for Ross. Chicago runs forward. Irvine. Volpate gets from position. Reads the pass so well, Mr. Volpate. Held down by O'Neill. He'll be trying to turn his round, and that's so. Defender goes down. And then no call in the Australia's favour. Volpate goes down to Climax. And that's a hand that is important. This is Volpate. Marshall, right in the first touch, and suddenly injured under enormous pressure. O'Neill really had to retain possession of Australia.
Johnny still down in the background.
And he didn't afford to lose it. The player of his quality.
We're seeing Alves, he had 2 shots at Jordan Boss on the sideline before Rugby has come in and collected him.
We're really exciting nothing from this showdown before, that's for sure. Not sure how many more times you need to see that.
No, look, I think it wasn't necessarily that one, but the 2 before that from Alves on the sideline was clearly, actually he was right, and that was, had he gone down early, he could have drawn it. I'm talking about the experience of those players. I don't know how they call them Egyptian, they would have gone down.
And the Williams remains on the pitch for the attention. The half-time whistle has been blown. And that man is the Nicholas in the moment. The right for sure, with 7 international goals, 7 at this World Cup. The defence decided to finish the half positively. And after 45 dozen goals, is injured, leading the Socceroos by a goal to them.
Talking about Tony Popovic receiving treatment on the edge of the field there in Dallas. Both nations chasing histories. Egypt has taken the first step in that direction. What response to the Socceroos conjure? Mark Millen, Socceroos, Tommy break down the first 45 for you right after the break.
Socceroos fans, how are we doing out there, boys? Bring on the tunes. Let's go over this side, folks. Let me know that. Hey, folks, let me know it. The team is working hard to fix the series. The team is on out and doing what they can. Hey, during half-time, folks, water's at the back, bathrooms are there, there's food available for you. Who's out there supporting you?
went close early, a strike from distance, but oh so nearly got the Socceroos up to a perfect start. Got the on-net highlight. It wasn't to be, and Egypt took their first opportunity. So the Aussies trail at the break. It's Egypt 1, Socceroos 0. Welcome to halftime show. Nick Owens alongside Martin Levy, Sarah Walsh and Tony Popovic. Some worrying signs for Joy Boss right on straight at halftime. We saw at halftime whistle went. This is what happened afterwards. He managed to get to his feet, but Tom Millsy, it didn't look good for that left wing.
Yeah, what happened rather, obviously, we hope for the best of his words, because that's a massive loss for us. So if you look at the Aussies bench at the moment, we don't really have anything even close to what to rock in terms of the attacking output that we get from Joey Boss. I think all the replacements that we've been looking at are naturally more defensive.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be Jason Berrier who comes in. If it isn't like the last, I mean, I can't see him continue. You see how gingerly he looks in the video there. But yeah, I think as his age, one potentially could maybe say get forward on that left-hand side. But absolutely, is a big loss for Socceroos.
It is really sad for Joey Boss himself as well. He has done so much in that Socceroos jersey. Has been so crucial when he was forced to shift to the right-hand side because they are already short.
Yeah, I would say I agree with Nestory here that it needed to be done. I think it's going to be like challenges. Hafez only having 2 minutes in this entire World Cup has been fantastic for that fact that I was completely away with 3 those. So, look, you can see the early goal, that's what happens. Teams like this really have a knowledge to game, and it's really a tough second half that they need to come out and have a bit more present. It's all without going.
Let's get the latest on the Australian camp. Full icon during such a time.
Firstly, pretty distressing watching Joey Boss get carried in. What do you make of the incident? Just heartbreaking, terrible topic. The morning was saying horrific, played advantage. He doesn't come back and look at the play. Yeah, disappointing, but we've got to move on. We'll be better in the second half. Obviously, just a bit of a scrappy goal from their point of view, but plenty of runs and that. Yeah, we're disappointed with getting away with cheap off the set piece. We pride ourselves on that. We're really good at getting out. We're getting on the side, but I think for us, it's about keeping the ball. Once we get to 5, 6, 7 passes, we seem to find pockets of space. And if we can do that better in the second half, I think that will create more opportunities for us. That's right.
Socceroos assistant coach Paul O'Connor there at halftime. The Socceroos clash with Egypt. As we look at the highlights from the first 45, the Socceroos gave away a free in a very dangerous position and are forced to pay for.
Yeah, we saw earlier in that one part, probably at that time and a half, is a brilliant strike with his left foot. He was finding these little pockets of space. This was his best on the half. His decision making did let him down on a couple of occasions, but this on the right hand side, Lindsay, what we were getting for that pace, still because using his pace was a threat, wasn't it?
Yeah, he is. He's a constant threat, but again, you see how he does get past very limited numbers in the box and this in the box. I think that our best opportunity is moving forward. I think they've been more vulnerable in terms of them giving the ball up and not in those areas as well. If we didn't be brave enough to get pressure on the ball, I think we just enjoy it.
See, Irankunda such his player on Martin, his lack of awareness in the strike, and it's meant to be cold side, first side, but he's just going to do better. But sure, he's still against Irankunda, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think conceding the second phase of the set piece is always a notable factor when we have it. We did have a few moments after that. We saw set pieces and were largely disappointing, but these long throws from Sokati caused a bit of chaos. We know Egypt, they're not comfortable defending these kind of long throws out.
No, they're not. You see, when it does become a little bit chaotic, they do struggle. We've seen that previously from them as well, but we're sort of looking now, I think, to really find something that's repetible in the way that we play. I think you see even there, most of our players being decent. If you can see someone early in the team, they're in the box, this is a fantastic position.
You did mention set pieces there, Tony. Interesting tactic in the first half, and we've seen it throughout the World Cup so far. That floating long ball, not working at the moment.
Well, I think the size we got, if you get the delivery right, the delivery right means at pace, and you make good timing of your runs in the box. It's almost impossible to defend. So I think that we're allowing the defenders to get the pole position and making it more difficult than it needs to be. So that's been, it's not such a huge weapon for us. I think it's been a very disappointing part of that game this whole tournament, but I I think just more broadly, look at the chance that I think Nestory has been too isolated up front. With or without the ball, when we're pressing, it's him pressing alone and just picking us up. And with the ball as well, when we do go onto him, then no one's pushing up for the second ball.
Tony Popovic, we've got plenty to think about at halftime, big halftime talk underway. As we speak, we'll take you back to the second half in Dallas for our last mistake.
More colour accuracy, better contrasts, lack of phonetics. It's
The world is changing, and so is AGM. Proudly Australian, we've been changing to meet the needs of Australian families and businesses for over 185 years. Join the change.
this is everything.
The margin between glory and heartbreak, zero. Every goal. Every round.
And every time. This is the best on the clock. Only on Sunscreen.
Did you know salsa was invented when Puerto Ricans took Cuban rhythms to New York? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was born when the Japanese took judo to Brazil. When North African flying traditions made Spanish dough, Spain made the churro. After Jamaicans took their sound systems to the UK, the world got calm. And this is what a world gets when 48 nations meet to play one beautiful game.
That's cute. I'm gonna be so big. I wouldn't even be able to walk down the street.
The future is already here.
Next starts now.
It's the full cycle. We feel good. But that's just the beginning.
Tell us everything.
What about big drama, movies, and OJs? The good stuff, raw stuff, all spicy stuff. Stuff like, I heard this, and ooh, what's that? This is a streaming service we didn't know we needed. This is SBS On Demand, and it's all free.
Welcome back to Dallas Stadium in Texas, where the Socceroos are about to make change heading into the second half. They train Egypt 1-0 at the break, doing what's no doubt Egypt. Right on the cusp of half-time, it looks from those pictures like cultural new player Troy Casey. A whole heap that we Popovic should think about at the break. Does that injury cause not just one change, but potentially more?
Yeah, look, I think it does. I think something does need to change, and I don't think it hasn't at the moment. Obviously, just like and like for like at the moment, but it's an tough situation because traditionally we've spoken about Nesta not being able to play 90 minutes, but we need someone like Nesta on the pitch. So that's why I thought at half time we may have seen Nesta move into that left-hand side potentially at the cost of Irvine. I just think this game, Irvine's a fantastic player, but this game, Irvine's a rough. We'll get somebody in there and that pushes that up in there, over in that space for Irankunda and the top back. Time will tell, he's going to have to make a move at some point if they can change the scene.
I think that's the key, is that you're losing that kind of attacking thrust on the right-hand side in the wing-back role, so you need to make up for that ability somewhere else on the pitch. So I think that if this score stays the same going into the second half, it's only a matter of time before he has to tweak things. And I just think as well, it's more about the intent of our team rather than the personnel. I think we need to be more positive, more proactive in our press too, because they have turned the ball over a lot of times in that back third. So I think we need to learn a lesson from that and get in their faces.
At the risk of bringing it back to personnel, we haven't seen Nestory and Irankunda on the field together since match day 1. Is this the time of action?
Yeah, I think by doing that, you obviously have somebody in the box, right? You're always going to have that threat. I would love to see Irankunda on the left at some point, and I like that everyone switch out and they'll start to play a little bit more attacking in midfield as well. As I say, they make a statement to Egypt. They're going to play out this match. I think we've seen on the ground and there's going to be lots of games being played.
And that's what it's going to be. So always in the box as well. It's going to be fun and a team that's always still seeing goals towards the back end of the season. He straps, he works hard, and he's a punch.
I was in the right back for Egypt's being tested, not by Metcalf, and let's see Irankunda against him.
History on the line in Dallas. There are no second chances from here. Let's take it back to your commentary team, David Bashir and Will Wilson.
Normally, you were back to Bulldogs away, but thankfully with the Socceroos, he's put it wide. He most certainly had Nestory and Irankunda in his mind as well.
I'm not sure what his definition of that is.
But I like from Chicago there, getting somebody across, they're talking about that, being clever in these areas, drawing foul in these dangerous areas, where we get people in the box, where we're being threatening. We just need that delivery.
He leaves the right foot, taking the wheel, gives us there. Harry suits up. Centering here, but again, there's just a sea of red there. And we get a second bite of it. That's right.
See the Egyptians sometimes when they're going up, knowing that they can't win the ball, looking to try and draw a foul, drag the referee into a decision, and it's definitely causing any problems over balls into the box. Very boggy. So I'm not too sure about the medical staff decision to actually continue.
Well, the referee has to be satisfied with the medical staff. Giving him the right information. Finding out that Egypt will try and take the sting out of any momentum Australia. In the second half.
And it's been very likely start to the second half. And I'm sure it's only going to come.
And just the work on Jordy Boss, that's so unfortunate and undeserved from a player that was, outstanding against Paraguay, lovely here. And what was 2 minutes was really in the first half.
Yeah, it was devastating to see obviously Jordy Boss have to come off and take that heavy knock. It didn't look good. And we wish him well. He's been fantastic for the Socceroos team, and we hope it's nothing serious.
You can see that the Egyptian officials and the local way by the fourth official saying there needs to be an actual stop of play. They're not satisfied yet.
We're going to get all out this second half. The play acting, they're going down. So far, the referee, this second half is not taking it, not biting.
Very good. All I can see, the assistant to Tony Popovic described it. Example of why Hafez has been terrible. And the referee doesn't come back and book him. That's the mental World Cup obstacle Australia has to get through to progress. Here's the deal. This is matched up well. Knocked down by Harrington.
Fantastic touch composure from the 18-year-old.
Which really controlled the hot ball superbly. Comes out to Sutar. They did finish the half impressively Australia. Now Sutar has to double down. Scans the horizon for any pending trouble. Gets himself a little tangle with the no sub. On his hip, you can tell just by that action, someone's just not trying to close down any space.
No, he definitely hasn't put himself out. He's waiting and trying to pick his moments up to impact the game.
Well, Panto showing his best play in the first half. Into the end of this week, no whistle for Panto, who lost the first challenge. Looking at the post. And it's his patron saying, not the wrong man in that situation. O'Neill carries it forward. He's up to the shore.
He's given the throwing. He hasn't even felt anything of it. I don't think he's always released that throwing. But he was looking at his game on part of this one that they brought.
We look at the opponents to start with the hair, and hasn't been good matches at international level, certainly in South America, in the Copa Sudamericana and the FA Cup competitions, yes, but I think by far and away this is his biggest disappointment. Alonso, Rich.
And he's going to have a lot to deal with in the second half, because like I said, there's a lot on the line. This is an experienced Egyptian side who will look to play the game in their way, draw fouls, manipulate it.
Caught, and Wolf takes over. And that's exactly what Paul Irankunda said at the break. They are truly Australia needs to protect the ball a lot better. And
seen this before, haven't we? Socceroos connected, close on space essentially, nation in defence.
Half-X, all about delivering across. Zico comes short. They brought up through Ibrahim, and was short. And now the one stop from Mozart. nobody ever giving instructions to the title. It was the second half substitute for the unfortunate Jordan Wilson got injured just before the break. And I think it's not serious at all. It was a pretty bad going together, wasn't it?
It was, it didn't look good, and yeah, like I said, he's clutching his knee. He's a tough young man. I certainly don't want to go off, and like I said, I just hope that it is nothing serious because he's got such a bright future and he's a massive part of the Socceroos side.
Absolutely. And it looks like Aiden Hostage is getting ready because he came on late against Paraguay just to settle things down. And we have a time at the moment. Followed by Susan. Surely took it well in the first touch and then Hafez. He quite nicely in for Hato. Backs it up and looking to straight out on the edge of the area. Irankunda rise as well. Taken down superbly by a shot. Straight out to the way around the counter attack. Also with the fresh legs. And the Irankunda goes his match. He's had a very good match.
You know what you can get from Aziz. We're still alive on this left side, but quickly to retreat. We've got a bit mindful. Some good moments going forward, but Egypt looking at a threat in transition as well.
Look how hard but Nestory Irankunda is pressing just to try to force them to stay up high. Out the right here. Mohamed Hani, you can see that's an own goal. Hassan. And who knows, he had suffered a pretty heavy head knock, what, 10 minutes before the own goal went in.
He certainly did. Looked to me from up here that he was out. The players rolling over, but the medical team cleared to carry on. Fortunately for the Socceroos.
Hassan. It was a pretty sharp winger for Egypt. Good spread of the pitch too. This guy's had a good match, Hafez. He's not a little fortunate to avoid the yellow card. And he thought about delivering the cross first time. Brings in Hassan. Now opens up to Mohamed Hani. Short. So the first couple of matches did Mohamed 0, so we've got them well off at the moment. Sal versus 0. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe from the outset. Substitutes will play a huge part, as will fitness, as this match edges towards perhaps extra time.
They will, most certainly. You know, the Socceroos obviously have more time for their recovery time between games and a younger team squad. We know the Egyptian squad has a lot more experience, but Lex can definitely play a part.
There's still many cool heads on the pitch, but we've not that point in the build-up. No foul against Irvine. Put forward by Sultan. Harrington again, sure touch. He reads it so superbly. Oh, lovely. Straight over there from Zero Turkey. So working hard. Page.
Great action from Climax to win that ball up high.
Page. More dangerous area. so much attention from big clubs in Europe.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Some of the performances from all these Socceroos definitely will put them in the market.
He knows when to play forward and when to be conservative, and that's instinct as a defender. Sure, up the line. Good one, feels wide. Some Pally captain who been playing their second tier of German football if he remains with the club. I'm not sure Conor Metcalf will. I think he's set for a departure. Australia trying to maintain their energy.
Yeah, just seeing patience with the ball. There's no need to force things early when it's not on. Go forward, wait for the moment, move the Egyptians around.
Pretty even spread of possession, 43% for Australia, 47% for Egypt, and 10% in dispute. Australia have more chances in the match, so they deserve this moment to try to force their way into the round of 16. Sure hasn't got the pace to get past Hafez, who's under pressure.
But that made us so well. Good 1-2 with Truman. 2 seconds up quick.
Truman going forward. Obviously nice, he just really a good first touch. Here's O'Neill. With Calf. Doesn't have any with a run of the base, so goes all the way back to Harrington.
He's been superb again. Harrington composed, 80 years of age on this world stage, number 32. Incredible.
Truman. Doesn't have the pace of Jordan Ross, but just needs to be safe and secure. Australia probing, trying to find that passing in or that opening. O'Neill, angled ball to Rusic. Sure, deep in his own half to in the first match against Belgium as a late substitute.
Shows the intensity, the mental pressure.
And remember, their first choice left back, Ahmed Fatua, is injured. So they don't have a natural replacement. Super position. And it looks like Karen Hafez, the 30-year-old from the Pyramids Club, is maybe over. Interesting with Aiden Rusic. He plays in the area of BC with the Rapids, but he's without a club.
Like I said, he's very similar to Alvaro. Can't open up the defense. He did that there for a moment. But now to the time, who's going to be the one to put that name etched into history? Step up and create the moment emerging that we need to win a game.
Well, they draw the experience of Michael Trezeguet from Alaska. 24 goals in 19 international matches, so it's already up to 100 country, scored a third goal against New Zealand. In its only World Cup victory in the history, and nearly 100 years of World Cup play.
Question is, how many of those matches he played in the backlash?
That is a very good question. I'm suggesting not too many.
Well, we're about to see if his defensive call is in his last 10 to 15 minutes. That's been superb. He's just coming to his own, and you can see the confidence and belief. But again, just getting your body in the way, drawing the foul. And we ask the question again. With his boy to the box.
And we really seek Australia feel the physicality and the fitness and violence here, but Egypt can that translate and Hassan Hassan getting a little pop under the hole, although he has got one from the former official. It's a hold up goals. O'Neill holds the ball and looking for Sutar. Wins the header, but looks up. Hold back here. Initially the common calf. Good one, just couldn't react quickly enough. Sorry! And that's how you put on the Egyptian defender. It was a fair ball to contest, and that's exactly what the Socceroos is arguing.
There's no doubt it was a fair ball to contest. There's no doubt there was some contact, fair, heavy contact, which would have been covered. But again, the ball hits the box, scores upon Nestory, pulling the ball, suits up, got nothing but eyes for the ball. A little bit of contact there.
Well, the runs not right, he had every right to contest the ball. He used it to right, Australia's falls out for play. The rugby's made of some stern stuff. Maybe some of his teammates should take his cue a little bit in the way they recover from loss.
Yeah, you're always going to come off second best if you've got Harry Suter bearing on you like that.
Great touch by Mosai. He's marked by Irankunda, marked even though he's not at 100%. Here's Trezeguet. Free flex for him. The cutback is good for a sure. Australia have a strong defensive line. And got themselves a little too good for that team. That's up for the score. They're attacking by the post score. And what happens to the Socceroos?
Well, we're trying to score that early. Some fantastic defending here with Trezeguet. Getting his body across him, keeping his body between him and the ball. Needed to be good defending. We're seeing Trezeguet come on. Maybe not a defender, but he's going to get a straight on forward, finishing that position.
Supporters of both countries, Australia, prominent the Socceroos fans in the defence zone outside the stadium. And of course, the Egyptians providing great cover.
Uncharacteristic error there from O'Neill, turn the ball over. But he's big on atmosphere in here, much to look around and you feel it. The place is trembling. Going to be someone to find a winner to set his place alight.
They don't do Lloyd King very well in Texas, do they?
Everything's bigger and better, I'd say, and from what I'm seeing these last couple of days, I can't disagree.
A big state for big personalities, that's for sure. Here's Trezeguet. So much experience with him. Very wary they are. They're straight on the counter attack. That's why they want to keep the ball in key areas, Egypt.
I never seen any passages where Egypt can have the ball, they shifted it from right to left, right and open up the Socceroos. The Socceroos disciplined, and so far Egypt being unable to pierce through that defence.
Sure. Tries to play a little quicker. Giddy. Awesome. Got a sharp turn of foot. Trezeguet outnumbered. Breaks the run here. Sure, that's a run. Socceroos desperate to get no two-way on the ball in the threatening area. The bounces back. Well, some good threatening. And that's a well-timed run. Very timely hit. It was right here. Bodies in the way here. For some teasing. He's all left foot to the back pass.
He's at the stay in the game mentally when he scored upon. He's coming out there with a finish with a lot of early goal and a good strike.
he's looking threatening. Good shoulder. And Williams once more tries to get into the dangerous area. And it's taken away by Vucic. Well done. Behind himself. This is what he's Australia. Not sure what he's only playing for. In Price, in the middle, forward line. And it's hacked away. And that's it. He's been very effective late in the deal in the middle of the park for the Socceroos. Nestory trying to apply some high pressure on Egypt playing out. Here's Rabia.
At this stage of the game, you don't see the team going to go all out to try and win it, knowing that they're coming an extra 30 minutes waiting very, very shortly.
I think Australia may be feeling a little bit more comfortable about the prospects of extra time.
I dare say as well, we've spoken a lot about the fact that they feel like they're the fittest team here at the tournament, and all the hard work that they've put in preparing for this.
That's it. Checks again. They're about to hit the 90. Sent over the top, Treasury, that's a great run. Looks like it's hit the line for a quarter. It is 5 minutes of additional. That's Socceroos for 3 of operation break. With the corner right Also kept it in with a dead first touch. Hossan drops the shoulder. And delivers back post. Number 3 for Australia.
You see the awareness now when the short corners are going. The ball's knocked out for those second actions back in the box. Everton dealing with the ball. Needed to some good runs and good delivery.
Hossan has been really lively. He's been a good addition for Egypt. That opens up for him.
Again, that delivery to the back post. Trezeguet. Jordan able to deal with it. Should be very mindful of it. It's a threat for Egypt.
He did applying the pressure in injury time. Accelerates, but that one really come back really well. Helped on the page. And also needs to be a short hit from the number 12 for Egypt.
Unfortunately, off to the Socceroos, and as we head down to the last minutes, on the back foot.
Use exactly the technology addition to this World Cup. That's why the assistant is saying this right, please, before confirmation. It is a call to Egypt. We are halfway through the 5 additional minutes in this match. So you use the defending situation for it. And that's very simple. And then second away. It's more likely away from Australia's danger zone. Artia with a flick. Delivered well.
Hurry up.
Coach said, practice makes
Nice. That was easy. Practice makes perfect.
With new comprehensive health insurance, everyone meeting is on yours.
Steve! No. Are you ready to witness something truly incredible? Sorry, you're right here. Doesn't matter. Matters is this. I know. More colour accuracy, better contrasts, light from Madison. It's
Ouch. Getting up to these FIFA World Cup games is a real pain in the back. Hey, game's on soon. I'm on for a challenge. EV3, power of the year. Just get in the...
Stop charging.
Of course, you just do what water made. Show off.
Those weather emissions help inspire us in kids and to get active too. Which is why we're proudly sponsoring kids sports programs all over the country, like Coles Mini Groups. It's a great way to get kids moving and to support local communities. Coles, proudly supporting Mini Groups.
Coca-Cola kicking off their $40 million stock clearance with massive savings on an amazing range of carpet, timber flooring and window coverings. Big quick to score these deals before the final whistle.
You want to see this in order to...
On SBS.
Finished 1-1 after 90 extra time away in this round 32 clash between Australia and Egypt. Mike Milligan said, watch Tony, the Socceroos kept things pretty tight since they equalised. What's their approach now as first game of
Well, I think they'll be looking to get away from that in the outbox, so we need to have to do, especially that last 5 minute period. I think their changes made a big difference, and our changes came on at a time where Egypt was starting to get a little bit of ascendancy back in the game, so it will be interesting. I think also to see Egypt really come out with that same intent as they finish the game.
Yeah, that's what we would say as well, is that standing safe and happy to keep us in and to give us this extra 30 minutes. I felt like we were hanging on for dear life at the end there, but it was this spot. I think we were playing too deep at the end. We didn't get, I think our nerves to get further on the pitch, and I think in the front third, we have looked at threat and set pieces, these types of things. There's still more than enough for you to go, isn't there?
Yeah, I do feel like Indian changes that they just said that Roland Trezeguet is a fantastic circumstance, which likely down the right there, so I mean, Australia's been really, I think, conscious of not letting themselves vulnerable with these players and attack, and I think if we are going to get it, it's going to be, I think, we rugby playing the range and throwing to win over the score, and Torres will be likely to see him on board.
Just very that's even sort of the way they were in college, some good areas, I'm sure really inside the box, it's just about that composure in that moment.
And there's I'm not sure who's come off yet. O'Neill's off, potentially physically as well. He's really actually feeling very good in the second half. But he will give you a little bit more on the ball right here. It looks like Irankunda is coming on as well. Difficult to see who's coming off, but that should give us a little bit of energy.
A huge 30 minutes of football to come. With the ball to take off, Socceroos and Egypt, let's hand it back to your country team.
So we'll just see how reveal and all overnight onto the pitch for extra time for Australia. First experience with our reveal of his first appearance on the Senior World Cup. Of course, he was part of the squad 4 years ago.
I think, put in so much over the course of this tournament. Popovic took him to the legs with no gimmicks. You see that strong, completely open the foul, which is good.
Yeah, the other player making way, he's on the red carpet. Also a power work.
You see the impact of the fresh legs Fiji had. He's spoken a lot about everyone here in the squad is here to play whenever called upon. Now is the moment.
Early free kick. Australia hold the ball, of course. Score against Curacao. And the final match for Australia. Well, the Castillo man who plays the second tier of Spanish football. Held on by Irvine. He's so experienced on all the field. We'll give him a right to 20 each in this extra time period.
We saw the changing for Egypt. With Climax there, we saw everyone on the board. The ball went from in the box was superb. But it would not be start paper.
This is where they have to be wary. We got very deep as we heard from the Tony Popovic of the break. Australia just give a little bit higher line.
Yeah, if you get too deep, you see riding pressure. We saw that time and time when you get balls in the box, unable to get out.
So, a little threatening late in the match with Mason's introduction.
We're seeing even Hassan there, drifted to the right. You're seeing Hassan drifted to the right. We'll see how he on his left foot, look for that in swing ball to the back post.
And here he is now. Does that so well. Anticipation from the other side. There's one goal behind his coaches.
This is just the experience. This is where you're looking on the move off the back of his face, quickest to react. Forwards on his weakened right foot. Thankfully for the Socceroos, he snatched it over, but it just shows the threat to say he's been cruising through this game, keeping himself, waiting for his moments. That's the experience of the ball. There's someone like myself.
Yeah, he's been managing his body to this point. If you get it out of the match, we've seen so many Liverpool strips in the Arlington area in anticipation of myself coming to town.
And make it right down.
Exactly. It is a situation, but let's hope Australia play with some freedom and ambition in this extra time period. For sure. Right here. Should be defended by Harrington. Mitchell got the tough was outstretched too. So hard on the control. Then we hardly lean back from us. And what about Matthew Rich? I can't believe this. He hasn't had the volume of saves he made in the first match against Turkey. But that's the last effort to get through the extra time was nothing short of sensational.
You can't underestimate. Yes, to say, but it's. As a goalkeeper, you have to remain in the game. It's hard when you're not being busy. He's not being busy, but to stay on for that moment, that crucial moment. And boy, was he on. Up to the task, saving the Socceroos, bringing us into this extra 30 minutes.
Extra. Michael Extra to Chikati, who wants it. The short option, and the bill provider. Looked like a foul. It's not the way the referee saw it.
I think Moses needs to get his body between the defender and secure that ball up and just look at it. Take the ball, lead the play.
Listen. neat and tidy in the midfield. There by Mobile. That's clever. One sorts the street out. Gets it forward to right. He's strength and he really hold up. And play. We saw advantage for the Cruiser straight and picked up that foul on Irvine.
Yeah, there's something left in here, just a little bit late left on Irvine. Clearly a foul. To get us out. It's been a tough start to this first period of extra time.
So the fresh legs of Aiden Grosich and Paul O'Connell, as well as Alan Mobile and Mohamed Surai, can they have an impact in this extra time period? 2.5 to 15 minutes.
Super ball from Climax there. Very sort of with a reverse ball as well to Grosich. Let's go to the Socceroos. With the ball as well, we got the next Mobile coming into the game to try and feel their way into the game with the ball.
Sure. Abdullah Mujwariya. Archie looking to pick up a pass and giving this man a little bit too much space and freedom. There's some more ball once more. Seems as if made to get into a great area, but just they're putting it across.
He's shown the three there again. Great ball from up here out. Isolating, but we know he's a three, always left foot. We're trying to get cover on the inside there, which we did, but he's shown that his acceleration on the outside of his beach. We know experienced defender. And there's somebody young and sharp, but sometimes it's hard to see him do that, so it's definitely a threat.
Mobile strong, trying to play in as far as South Australia 1-2. Of course, waiting that time at Adelaide United in the A-League. I'm sure the live side, the more of guys pumping at the moment. Tristan. Rabia. Hayden. Hassan. Those ball scores have been excellent since he came on in the second half. Cross the ball made it, but numbers from Australia.
It's the experience of that stage there. Every time that ball gets at Hassan, he's not something to work in, he's more or less to go. As he's now, he's just dropped him up a little bit further, giving him a little extra yard. He's sort of feet up, so he dropped up an extra yard. Can you ask the question? He's sitting backwards. Can't get too close to him. across the front. Not an hour. No. Like I said, if you got that one as is, go then I don't feel that much to me more either. Consistency to be out for.
Sure, it's running on anything, but he's got a big heart. Built by Hostich. It's enough on that challenge, and it's over the top. He was level.
Yeah, I think he was also, I think he scored that ball with bounce out there from the linesman, but Sean did well. Jim took a couple of challenges, but just not had that spell with the ball. Can't get a hold of it.
So we make 5 substitutions, we get an extra one for extra time if needed by Tony Popovic.
Looking across the board, obviously as these is one of the more experienced players that have been after all the questions out there on the left.
Sure. And that's already the intent of the target. And contrast with the coach of Egypt, but just under 3 changes.
You see a little bit of frustration there from Egypt. Sure, shooting from distance. That beach be delighted to see him taking that on. It obviously shows that Egypt have got some more fresh legs to come on. But again, like I said, these 5 changes that we've made, you need to try and feel your weight again, especially with the ball. Get up to the tempo. So hopefully they can grow now into this extra time.
That was being written by both sets of fans. Match in the balance at 1-1.
The biggest thing is just the mentality. I'm going to be the one to make a difference. I want to win this game. We've seen that from Hassan and Trezeguet come on for Egypt, and we want to try and win this game from them. We've got to announce that someone is going to go, give me the ball. Give me the ball, I'm going to be the one.
You see, the match was so assured in possession. Jakarta was so wonderful from there from Irankunda.
Yeah, you just didn't see the second movement from Irankunda. Again, just shows this second half, first half of extra time, we haven't been able to keep a hold of that ball for long enough, and again, back into our defensive shape.
Making management of choices.
Certainly, but the experience of the Egyptians is showing that they can do obviously normal time and this first half of extra time.
Australia trying to profit from any goal from the French balls, and you see the frustration there. Countless challenges. Flying his arms in the air is held back by the sun.
Yeah, excellent. Sunday is option out for the yellow card. Probably one of the few times that Aziz has been able to get on the other side of Hassan. An opportunity for us again to deliver this ball into the box and bring the likes of Harry, Brampton and Chicago Blue, where we've been afraid there's been out here straight balls into the box.
The silk of Irankunda set piece. Good angle and distance to hit one of the top players for Australia. Doesn't get the shot right though.
You can just see there, Harry's made a run towards the middle of the back post. There's already down in Chicago, coming around the back, but unfortunately couldn't quite get there.
And there it is, the first period extra time has elapsed. Egypt current the most threat in that first 15-minute period, but it remains 1-1 in this round of 32 match of Dallas.
it was tight, it was cagey in Dallas. Neither side with any clear-cut opportunities in that first period of extra time. Martin Lee's going to watch Tommy. What are you looking to change, Tommy? Are you trying to win it before pens?
Well, I think that's not what they're doing. I think that they're just trying to have a spell on the ball and kind of relieve some pressure for our back five. Open was brought in to do that. I think his technical ability, and he has thrown the ball on a couple of moments, but you can see when we attack, we're not really attacking the numbers, are we?
No, Raywan has offensive energy, especially with those first few minutes when he came on, and that's going to be important. I think we still need to start this second half of extra time positively. We don't want to set the tone, and it's hard, it's very difficult to do that. We don't want to set the tone to get the rush.
And we've got Abdel Karim coming in for Mamush. It's, we've got another sub to make. How do we go about that?
I don't think you want to change much. I think you see us players like Bill Session on the bench, very bit of experience in kind of the shootout, so we'll see if that comes into play. But I think Papa will be pretty comfortable with how he's playing.
We know that the players always do it. We know there's two main sort of reasons to make changes. We need to make sure that now we can back down, but also anything else just
Tony Popovic with some big words right up for these Socceroos into the second period of extra time. They're chasing history in Dallas. Can they do it right again for the penalty shootout? Let's take you back to your commentary team there in Dallas. David Bashir and Luke Wiltshire.
Thanks, Steve. And we can see the youngest player in the Egyptian squad on the pitch, Hamza Abdelkarim, who is on the books of Barcelona. And from the Greece and the breakaway has been retained by the club, such as the first favour they each show with the young man. And he's come off the pitch in every match of the group phase.
That's another threat there, coming on for Egypt. Obviously, only top goal in the first half. Something we have to monitor and deal with. I just feel with the legs of them come on with Mo, with Alba and Aiden up there, we can press a little bit higher because they come on with the first leg, so how can we use that? Yeah, despite the defender from Chicago, he had people running away, going down, drawing the foul. Better start to the second half for the Socceroos, like I said, on that front foot, just a little bit more. Superb run from Rowan to the space now, Chicago.
We're trying to make up the ground for the week, going all the way through the heavy pitch. What more purpose in the second 15 to start anyway for Australia?
A lot more we need. Like I said, we need to see Mo. We need this sort of balls in line.
So he's stretching the legs. And that's an unlucky angle. He's got a little bit more craft.
I think he's just got to turn out and kick the ball. There's nobody in the box. He's aware of that. Just kick the ball. Bring out someone else into play.
Nice to see potential for Australia. We're going to reach by Suta. sure. The position himself so well, he's got alertness and awareness.
How many times have we seen this happen and it goes in the other side of the corner? Thankfully, the referee straight into Andrew's hands.
Skips half-run challenge. Hosted shots return the favour. And the rain come back the other way to Sunderland, Australia. There is a pass. And we need to get to myself. And that's the goal very quickly. And it was all out to.
I see that parents at 18 years of age were there, being clever, like an experienced pro, just clearly wanted to break down the threat of the transition of the muscle. You know what the foul, everyone get back on the ball.
After that, pretty much marking the likes of Marcelo and unfortunately he's already had a go on Leo Messi and Marco Royce in the MLS and his Lucas Harrington. Consistently raising the bar of expectation. Here's Arsenal. Again, it's on the shoulder.
Seeing the change of pace on that side. A really straight down his right hand side for Richard.
Lucky. Looking for that passing angle. Sure can feel the angle. So to Artie, who tries the central option. Up to Karim. Chikati, who stands the first shot to Normally VAR and share the same view.
That's what the defender for quite short. You see the Socceroos again desperately defending their box.
Here's one side. Opens up for Ashia.
You can feel the tension, you feel the Egyptians going. But that man Irankunda still standing up alone, getting his body away, everything alone.
There's a red wave in the stadium. It's now time for the Socceroos to set out once more. To the near post, Sousa. And Green. Nice as well. And where's that armband as a badge of honour for Australia? Hassan, good way out though. Maybe not the penalty for Richard Benitez.
He's looked up from there, Jackson Irvine. We're defending another set piece up.
And the long shot this time to Atia.
Pressure mounting. Irankunda standing firm in front of everything. You see this, it's on its way to the top corner. Whether we can get there or not, but Harris gets his head away. Five more. Been incredible for the Socceroos. True captain's knock.
This is exactly what he did in Qatar, Australia's best player. under control well. And then cool heads in these moments, Australia. Harrington, this time doesn't play forward and makes the right choice too.
Best off from Socceroos there. It's a little bit more take the sting out of this game.
Here's a lot of control. He's got the best in place there. Decided pretty quickly it wasn't the case. Good intervention by Husic. And connected as well. Coming together with both sides. Here's O'Connor shot. Charles Nestory with Irankunda passing around as well.
Just that clinch you feel it, everyone knows you feel it. There's one goal, it's going to be the winner.
That's up. Still on the side.
And I'll tell you what, it's an absolutely super tackle. Using every bit of that little freedom he has. That's how he gets into the box. Got past Husic. But Harrington's here to save the day. We get another set piece to the fence.
They go square to the same man, Atia, returns the favour. And a little bit too much of a chance. And opens up the right side. That pace can't take a lead in the areas that he's most familiar in.
We've managed it thus far.
Atia. But including another three.
And we'll be alright, that means extra time period. There's been a lot to ask for very soon. Harrington defending that box. Jackson Irvine dropping in and covering, helping.
And the elastic band has been fully stretched on Australia's defence. And the fans are wearing it as well. And there's anticipation from those in red and green gold.
Everyone knows what's at stake. Opportunity to progress to the round of 16. Doesn't happen every day.
Lovely touch.
Socceroos, extra time. Can we come up with a lot of magic? And who can do it?
That's the question. Good distance and goal for Irankunda. Looking at the direction of the percentages. Absolutely perfect, perhaps.
Well, what a time to put your name up in lights. They didn't set up the extra time. And we're at the 32 World Cup.
His first appearance in this World Cup. 10 goals and 38 internationals. 3-man ball. Here's the middle. And straight into the center of the opposition defence.
Another long throw, the ball coming into the box with the big boys still up. It's been a problem for Egypt.
Good throw from Chicago. Helped on by Sufa. I'm not sure how to think about it. With the double team, Harry Sufa. And Australia.
As Egypt looks to break quite quickly. Looks like we're going to see Matty Ryan. possession in the field. Matthew Ryan's the one. Should go to penalties to lead opportunities. Incredible situation.
105 catch now for Matthew Ryan's first appearance at this FIFA World Cup. He was about that 120. So there, about to come on, the holding midfielder, and the Bullets get Australia's last chance to break the deadlock.
Given the fact that they only put 1 minute up, I dare say this is probably the last opportunity for a threat, that's for sure.
Martin making way.
Couldn't think about anything more. Anyone more rewarding has Karasuka getting on the end of this and scoring a winner.
Absolutely, and it's looking to be a tough World Cup so far for Australia's captain. He's I think it shows the character that he does have, the fact that was turned to him to bring him in, and he got on top of that as well last time the World Cup, or not the qualifier, wasn't it? We really thought that he should out many of his own some goal.
Yeah, I think it's it's his experience in these moments, and it's all about composure and keeping it alert now in terms of who the penalty is going to be. We've got some experienced players on the pitch for him to choose the experienced ones, and the ones who want to.
Shabir for Egypt has got a career at Socceroos, so he's on the World Cup so far as well. He's been to the goals, so I think that he will also. In 2019, he showed him on the set and took that first and he steps up last time.
We've seen him goes first, I think the preference will be really tough to keep first, and he's generally someone who's
mean, yeah, we've got the talent. It's just about the boys doing what they're shot with conviction. I think that's the thing.
You took a lot of penalties in your time watching. What was your technique?
Often, I didn't take a great deal of my team, that's in senior, so yeah, it was yeah, I think we're surprised. We had a little surprise here. I don't think we can see this coming, and that's the front run that comes along.
Well, we didn't see it coming in. Does that mix with the hands up, or does the opposition is more
Precisely, you really prepare for that line. Yeah. I think this is easy to feel prepared for this. For all scenarios out there.
Again, there's an attacking players. We have belief in your own shot, hit the corner, hit the line, you score. So, and it's kind of easy to do that. So, we'll see how this plays out. It's all on there.
He's actually getting that toss to take that first penalty.
It's not very easy about myself if you do want to go first, and it can work both ways. So you want to go first because you're assuming that you're going to score and put pressure on your opposition. If you go first and you miss, then it's a different ball game. So I don't think there's any real massive gatekeepers.
There's a slight line of purple if you go first, to win the extra goal shootout. But I think it's a striker or anyone that's taking the home. I think that's the
The Socceroos side may run with Kent's captain's armband back firmly on his arm as he heads toward the goal after this. The penalty shootout knocks out on the outside of the occasion. There's one big bay of goals, and one of goals will be the end of the attack. Real moment for the Socceroos. Let's take it back to Constantine. David Bashir and Luke Butcher for the penalty shootout.
We know what happened in 2022 against Peru. It was no wrong making way at the end of the red line. And that's 7-1 for the Australian football history. But a man that largely helped Levante stay up in La Liga this season. That's the responsibility between the post for Australia.
He's been the captain, he's been a fantastic servant, one of the ones who are professional. He's had a fantastic season. The shoes on the hip, and I said clearly, this is the right time, it's something that I'm prepared for. And can we take this moment to praise him?
take the pressure on the right end. The next penalty taken the $10 finger for Egypt. The only running in the ice. If this goes in, Egypt goes through. The 25-year-old from the Zelda drop playing his 15th international. And that line trying to apply that psychological pressure. Egypt through. And he goes. Halfway for Australia. Jubilation goes in red. The Socceroos brave run of the 2026 FIFA World Cup is back again.
And you look at every Socceroo, they're there, they have to learn on the pitch, they absolutely learn it over there. Every single time they take the hook, they're representing the country well. But the biggest ones, the race was in Irankunda, those who will their penalties. For a father being two of the best, they've got the best here in this World Cup, so they've got to keep on them. Proving to be such a bright future ahead, the bravery to step up in such a moment. You've got to prove it. It is only going to grow and learn. We've said it a million times. Yes, we want it now, but the future is bright for this Socceroos team.
And the run continues for Australia. Socceroos still running for that first ever knockout phase win at the FIFA World Cup. Ended to achieve it after the group stage in their first ever win. And there's a painful great spurt for this young Australian team, that's for sure. And heartbreaking very soon after they did so much to get to this point. Heartbreaking over there. This might be his last opportunity at this level. And the tears are flowing for him. That's on myself. And the legend that he did in Egypt. Wasn't happening, we're going to start again, hopefully. So there is Egypt go through to the round of 16. Australia out. It's Egypt on penalties. 4-2.
Heartbreak in Dallas for the Socceroos. And again, couldn't be decided in regulation time, couldn't find a winner in extra time. It is Egypt with a history-making win in knockout football. Egypt, who progresses to the round of 16. Mark Megan, Sarah Walsh, Tommy Orr, absolute heartbreak for the Socceroos. Harry Sutar, who was immense in that game, Millsy, stepped up, brave enough to take the first penalty, didn't go inside.
It's obviously it's devastating. It's never ever a nice way to lose that position.
Folks, thanks a lot for coming out to Tumbalong Park. It's a tough way for it to finish. Appreciate all the energy, folks. All the quarterfinals and finals games are being shown here at Tumbalong Park. We're going to continue to follow the tournament. Keep your heads up though, folks. Look after each other on the way home. Thanks for bringing the positive energy today, folks. Stay strong, Socceroos.
When we lose, we